Well, hey guys, Dave Anderson here, Helicool's Helipad. Today we're going to be installing those battery disconnects, and it looks like I'm going to have to redo a little bit of wiring from that polarity distribution block. We're going to have some fun, so you guys stay tuned. Well, being that the cable does not fit very well and it does not stretch to where I want to put the disconnects, I'm going to have to run me some 2/0 line, some new 2/0 line. It's a little bit more flexible than that old cranky stuff that just, man, I tell you what, it's almost like a steel cable, is so doggone stiff. So I think this is going to be a worthy upgrade for me, and I'll be able to put the disconnects where I want them to be in a nice handy place. And I tell you what, I am not looking forward to dropping this tire. About killed me last time getting it back up with that hand pump. All right, I run my rope so I know how long to make the cable. Well, I just pulled these out of the plastic, and you see it's got this center portion here, so I'm going to have to cut a circle that big for this to go into, and this thing just isn't going to work. It's just not, it's not right for this project. So, well, change 86, Mark II. Well, I still have this battery tray. There's something I can do with that. That might be close. Yeah, I think this will work. Well, that's the first time I've ever friction welded something together. Just trying to use tools that I think everyone should have, hopefully. Ryobis are pretty easy to come by and pretty cheap. Other than creating a big mess, there it is. All right, it's time to get at the polarity distribution block again and take off the 24 and the 12 volt leads that go to the battery compartment. All right, well, I've got the first one pulled. This is the 24 volt line, and you know what, you might be asking, dang, why are these so stiff? I mean, they are monstrously stiff. Well, it's because they use stainless steel braided line, which is like a doggone cable. So out with that, and let's get some copper cable in there that's a little bit more forgiving. everything is buttoned up back up here. 1/2 inch deep socket. That'll be your friend. Well, guys, I've run into a little snag. I've got the 12 volt and the 24 volt coming from the polarity distribution block, no problem. I just don't like how this bracket is working out. Not all of these things work out. Sometimes you have to scrap it and start over. Yeah, I've been saving this for a special project. Just a quick note of a couple of changes. I did move the battery tender over just a little bit so that the cord coming out of it had room to set this up in. These coming out of the battery tender, I'm not going to put them into the system here, because if I want to isolate this completely and still have the ability to charge the batteries, I'm going to want to put them on the battery side of these disconnects. Before I go hog wild getting this all connected, there's something I also need to point out. I had to actually drill out this this terminal because it just wasn't big enough for these big 1/2 inch lugs. And so here's another problem. Okay, there's no way that that's gonna fit. But I have a really cool and fun solution. You're gonna love it. All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to take this guy, little tiny hole, push it out to a 3/4 inch. By using some copper pipe, I am going to smash this, weld this inside or solder it inside, and then drill a 1/2 inch hole in this, and that will be my terminal connection. Time to catch up on the progress. I've got everything set up there on the battery disconnects. So the new lines are ran. There's the new line coming in from the 24 volt side and the 12 volt side of the truck. Two very interesting things about these disconnects. It makes it very interesting how these have to come off of here because of this plastic X in there. And I know they have that on there because they don't want anything to accidentally touch, but it does make it a little bit more difficult how you run your cables. So you need to account for that kind of thing. One other thing is where it crosses right here. This one is actually pretty far in back, and you can see I stacked a bunch of washers up in there to bring this forward so it would stay out of the way. I mean, there is this protection on there, but it's not even close. It's at least a 1/4 inch away from it, so it shouldn't have any kind of problem. It'd have to be a major spark to jump that, and I have insulation in the way, so I don't think that any of that's going to happen. One final amazing thing that I want to get to before I close this thing up. Guys, remember this? One thing I want to get to before I close this up, and you guys are going to be shocked and amazed because I know that I was. Maybe you won't, but I know I was. That is what I used as a diagram to construct this battery box. But I want to show you something else. Okay, see, it resembles this, which is the diagram that's in our battery box, right? So now we're going to talk about Kirchhoff's law. And in order to do that, I need to show you this. So this is Kirchhoff's law in effect. And what it basically allows you to do is take advantage of all 4 batteries to get a little bit of extra power when you're running the starter, because the 12 volts will actually help the 24 volts run that starter. Your lights will appear just a little bit brighter. So this is a little bit better way, a little bit more efficient way to run the battery system rather than just that zigzag pattern. It doesn't do a very good job of it. And I'm going to make a video to prove that, but that will be for next time. Hey, if you really like the video like Jacob does, make sure to smash on that like button, leave a comment, and wow, it would be awesome if you'd subscribe. Even Jacob wants you to subscribe, don't you, Jacob? Yes, he's looking around for new subscribers. He keeps looking for new subscribers. All right, guys, I'm Dave Anderson signing out. You guys be safe out there, and God bless. Now, if spark and smoke starts flying out of here, please tell me so that I can cut the engine. Thanks so much.